right, guys, welcome back to the Coffee Wars podcast. I'm David.
I'm Grant.
Sam's not with us for this video, but we still got a very good video for you guys. We're talking Invincible Season 4.
Yes, we are.
The season finale just happened yesterday.
Yep.
But before we get into that, what are you drinking, Grant?
I am drinking from Starbucks an iced mango cream chai. I thought it was coffee. It's not. It's tea. But
He thought chai was coffee when chai is quite literally the original word for tea.
I don't get out much.
Like in Across the Spider-Verse when they were like, chai means tea, bro. Like.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So you literally you pulled a Miles Morales. It was like chai means tea, bro.
Yeah.
But
Wait. Who was he yelling at? You saying chai means? It's Miles who said that. It was the Indian Spider-Man.
Indian Spider-Man.
What was his name?
I don't remember the exact Spider-Man name, but it was like.
He's got the guy with the gray hair and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm having a nice coffee from Starbucks, iced caramel coffee.
How did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it very much.
And
I'm still enjoying it.
She said enjoy, right?
Yep. But let's just get right into the video.
Yep.
I think first we should just give the season a score out of 10.
Okay.
And then where you would place it amongst the other seasons.
Okay. I'm gonna give it. It was really good. So I'm gonna give it like an. I'm gonna be technical. I'm gonna give it an 8.6.
8.6.
Yeah. Like I was fighting over like 8 to 9, and I was gonna give it 8.5, but I feel like it deserves that 0.1 for some reason.
Honestly, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I would probably give it a 8.7 out of 10.
Okay.
So we're not that far off
No.
from our rankings.
No.
And I'm not mad if you say that this is your favorite season of Invincible.
Yeah.
Or if you like season 1. It's definitely between season 1 and season 4 as being the best. And I don't think it's close.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you with that. Okay.
So I think, even though I don't really know which one I would prefer, I would probably, just to make the video go smoother, probably say season 4 is the best, then season 1, then season 3, then season 2.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can see what. I don't know if it's better than season 1 for me because they put so much work into season 1.
Yeah.
It's hard to topple that just because it came out of nowhere. But also, I feel like this is what season 1 was pointing towards since this is the payoff we got so far. So yeah, I'll put it. For at least for now for this year, I'll put it as season 4 is above season 1. I agree with you.
And then your other rankings for the other seasons?
That's hard. What was the finale for the 2-1? That was with the
Angstrom?
That was ancient.
I definitely feel like that's the weakest season.
But the thing is,
especially because they had most of the animation issues in season 2.
Yeah, but the beginning when Mark goes to the other planet where he finds Omniman, Thragg, that was still pretty hype.
It was. I mean, all the seasons are above 8 out of 10. But
Yeah.
I definitely think, season 4 and season 1 are by far the best.
Yeah.
And then season 3 is stronger than season 2.
Well, season 2, this is what I'm gonna say. The season 2 finale, though, even though it's kind of like this finale where it doesn't subvert your expectations because there is a fight, but it does something different. Like the whole fight with Angstrom is pretty brutal, but the ending, the twist is Angstrom survives, but then we thought he died, right?
Yeah.
If you didn't read the comics or anything, the whole thing was that was his first kill.
That's true.
That was probably the most. I don't think it's more important than the choice in this episode. This was probably the most important choice he's made so far. But season 2 was what's the word where it's just it changes everything basically,
it's groundbreaking or
not groundbreaking, but shakes up the whole show.
That is true. I mean, yeah, I'll give it to you. So
because
that's my ranking of the seasons.
Yeah.
But what would you say? If you really had to say it.
I honestly think 2 might be better than 3.
Yeah, I'm not mad
I'm gonna
at
go 4-1-3-2. 4-1-2-3.
I'm not mad at it. It's not mad at all.
I don't know. I was trying to put the bias aside, but I really like the black and blue suit. So that was kind of.
Yeah, but everybody was hyping up the black and blue suit it's symbiote Peter.
Yeah.
it's curse mark Sasuke. Like, he's gonna be on his villain arc.
Yeah.
And all he did was get his ass beat, and he didn't even, he thought he killed Angstrom, but he didn't kill Angstrom.
Yeah.
He thought he killed Conquest. He didn't kill Conquest.
He
He didn't kill Conquest until he got back in his original suit.
Yeah.
So he killed no one in
No.
his black and blue suit.
No.
Wait, with the astronaut with the Sequids, was that the black and blue or the other one?
No, that was black and blue.
Okay, so
That
he killed one person with
Yeah.
this black and blue suit.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess that's what they were talking about. Like,
Yeah.
They built up to that.
I mean, the hype was a little. They were hyping it up a little much. I mean, I'm just so very happy with what we got,
Yeah.
but
But you get, that's why I brought up the season 2 finale, because he didn't mean to kill him. Like, he was still had a no-kill rule then.
Yeah.
He actually thought he killed him, because we
Yeah.
all thought he did. But then you go back, and then the whole part, I guess we'll call it the black and blue journey, because then he actually decides, you know what, I gotta kill some people.
Yep. All right, but let's get into the meat of season 4.
Okay.
We're talking about the Viltrumite War.
Yep.
Got introduced to Thragg. We got all these characters. Not so much happened until we actually got towards the Viltrumite War, and I don't really like what people were saying. We're like, oh, like everything that's not Viltrumites is filler. Like, it's not.
I can see why people
I mean,
say that.
I could definitely. I mean, it
Well,
might
some
not be
people
my favorite plot point, but
It's just because of the way the season 1 finale ended, everybody thinks that's the main storyline. So
I mean, it's the main storyline, but
people might just be attracted to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely stronger when there's Viltrumites on the screen.
Yeah.
But
That's
all
why I was
other
talking about
episodes
season 2.
were still very good.
Yeah.
But I mean, episode 4 was just not good. It's easily the worst in the season.
I don't know why that was put in there.
It
could have honestly put in last season.
was put in there to save budget for the rest of the episodes, and they wanted to do something like this is what I like about the show, is that they're expanding upon the comic. Like, Robert Kirkman's kind of treating this as like a chance to do things better.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to reintroduce storylines that weren't in the comics, then I'm fine with that. I mean, I like Damien Darkblood.
Yeah.
But all the other characters in that episode, like the rest of the demons, the fire monster lady, is just, who cares really?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. I mean, do you care? I don't care.
No, not at all.
And then the jokes were clever about them like saving budget, like when he threw Damien Darkblood up in the air.
Yeah.
And then they
When
off-screened the fight, so then
Yeah, well, also when they were going down there.
they're going down.
But they didn't look like they were falling. It was just their characters just, and they maybe the background was scrolling.
Yeah.
But I was like, whatever.
Yeah. So I mean that it is noticeably distracting, and that's why I probably give this season, not like a 9 or above a 9, is because
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people who are like, the show's unwatchable because of the animation.
Yeah.
But you have to admit it is very distracting at times when the animation is of a lower quality. Like, this
Yeah.
is Invincible, backed by Amazon. Almost $1 trillion.
Let's talk about that.
Almost $1 trillion company.
Yeah.
You all the people are like, just watch the show, bro. It doesn't matter. Like,
No. That's
you're defending a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Not only that, you tell me what you told me about the Rings of Power. You told me about
The
this
Rings
car.
of Power had $1 billion budget.
Say it to the
They had $1 billion budget, and Invincible has $2-3 million budget.
Yeah.
And yet the animation is of a lower quality than, for example, Jujutsu Kaisen, which has 200 to 300,000 per episode. I mean, granted, they're getting treated like slaves over there, and all their budget's not going towards voice
it's
acting.
not much better if they have 4 people doing those shading or something.
Yeah, they had 4 people doing the compositing on the compositing team. Like, someone came out and and I feel really bad for the animators, so that's why I'm never going to say the show is unwatchable or the show is bad. I'm just saying, when the animation is of lower quality in the season, you could definitely see it. and it's very noticeable at times. You know, that's not me hating on the show. It's just me pointing out an objective fact.
Yeah.
Like when Viltrum exploded,
It was great.
it was great.
Okay,
but
it wasn't great. Well, actually, you know,
Like,
it was detailed.
I definitely think
it was a spectacle.
it could be done better. I'm not saying
Really?
I'm not saying it was bad by any means. It was very good. The episode was like a 9.5 out of 10.
That was the true finale, I feel like.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it could have been more if they had a little bit of a better, or the way they spend the budget, it could have been more emotional.
My problem wasn't with the planet exploding. My problem was with the characters
Actually moving through the planet?
No, I mean at times, yeah. But I'm talking about after the planet exploded and the Thragg was fighting them, and it was in the background. Like the characters didn't fit that background. You get what I'm saying? Like that background was so detailed. Like they put all their money into that, and the characters being drawn felt like it was out of place. At least because we were talking about this before. Maybe it was the shading or something. But like when he's gouging out his eyes and stuff, and he has like that shot should have been like fucking a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like, but it doesn't hit the same because
I mean you can't really compare like panel to panel. It's never gonna look.
I didn't even look at the comments. I'm gonna look after this, but I'm saying like, just from like we're talking about arts. That's art style, right?
Yeah.
The art style feels too different.
So the animation, people make this mistake. The animation is the way the characters move on screen, like how fluid things are, like the actual movements, and then the art style is like how the actual characters are like drawn, like the shading, the compositing, the actual details. So
both have a problem.
They both could be better, and that's why I'm never gonna say the show is bad or that the animation is horrible. Is because when they do have animation issues, the voice acting makes up for it, the soundtrack makes up for it, the actual compositing, the way they frame the characters on the screen makes up for it. So I'm never gonna say it's very bad. It just could be better. I definitely feel like my favorite characters this season, obviously Thragg is the standout.
Yeah.
And I feel like, it's Nolan, it's Omniman.
Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing.
I think more people, Mark is an amazing protagonist, but I feel like more people watch the show because of Nolan than Invincible.
At this point, yeah, but in the finale, because it was a little different where they gave him more of character development, I think it was specifically focused on Mark. It was a good Mark episode. But also, I was like, this was my exact reaction when he was talking to Eve. Like, he's like blaming himself, like, oh, not this again. But then I realized, like, not this again. They did it in such a good way where you're like, huh, he's such a grounded, like, person, like, that, like, he keeps blaming himself. Like, we're getting more of his character, not just fleshed out, but, like, it's established, Like, this is who he is and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, come on, Mark, and stuff like that. But you're like, oh, wow, this is a really good character and stuff.
You're getting so attached to these characters. You're like, I expect better from you.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
But Nolan, Omniman is definitely the standout. Episode 2 might actually be my favorite episode in the entire series. It's just so emotional, and the animation isn't even crazy, and that's not. And this is what I said. I said this to my brother, and I think I said this to you before. I think Invincible is better as a series when there's not a fight scene, when there's character development, when it's characters going through something, when you get to see their backstory.
Yeah,
they do a better job, actually portraying how the characters act, feel, sound, all that stuff, than just showing obviously I like the big fights, but watching Nolan, his backstory in Viltrum when he got the Scourge virus, and there was no sound in that, just the audio.
What do you mean there was no sound?
There was no dialogue in that too, when they were throwing all the bodies into space.
No, that was
the somberness of it.
Yeah,
it was just that's what I like about TV shows. That's cinema right there.
Yeah. And I don't know. I guess that's what you get when you put most of the money into voice acting, where you're saying the best parts of it aren't the fights, it's the literally the story because they put all their money on.
Yeah,
the
like
actors.
Debbie when she confronts Nolan. Like,
Yeah.
you want to talk about that?
Yeah, no, because let's just think about every season that they've had a confrontation. Like season 1 where she finds out, like you remember, like he walked in the house. There's that like whole fight they have.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I got the same kind of vibes from that, where it's just really powerful. Like these two just have like a relationship that's goes back years or anything like that. But when he tries to apologize, she speaks how you think she should speak, but she could even like she just brings up perfectly good points. Like you're just here for yourself. Even Mark says that too. Yeah. Like he's trying. No, I won't give him that. He's trying to redeem himself, but it's realistic where it's not that easy.
Yeah, I like it that they're definitely taking it slow. Like, I was telling you about how in the comics, like, where the season ended, where Debbie is going with Nolan to Telestria to check on Oliver, they're already back together at that point. Like, they're banging on the ship, I like it that the show is taking its time in rebuilding their relationship. I don't know if they'll get back together or I mean, I think they probably are.
Well, I think they are because they already ended the Paul thing. I don't know how that was in the comics, but like that's already over.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily that I hear people say on TikTok that the way Debbie is in the show, it would ruin her character if she gets back together with Nolan. And I understand that she's more independent in the show, and like if they're already spacing it out, like they're already giving her more development.
Yeah.
Like the conversation she had when she broke her wrist against Nolan, that was done so well.
Yeah.
And when she's going to visit Oliver, she's not doing it. If she could go without Omni-Man, she would. She's not doing it. She's doing it for her son. She's not doing it. For Nolan.
Yeah.
And I think if they definitely wait like another season or season and a half, more of like development and like actually like trying to rebuild that relationship, I think it could work. Like obviously if they get back together next season, it would be rushed, I feel like.
But I don't think it would affect her character at this point because of the way they've written her so far. Like the way they've written her is pretty good because it go either way. But you can't be upset like if they don't get back together because she's established her feelings and she's been that hurt.
I mean, people would be mad at her if she did get back. I mean, you have to understand. I mean, she's been married to Nolan for like over 20 years, I think. Obviously, they have a deep relationship, and yes, he harmed her in innumerable ways and incalculable ways, but there's always going to be a piece of her deep down that cares about him, even though he was a monster.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's going to have to work for that. And
well, I mean, even like that, he has that meeting with Cecil at the end where he says like, yeah, make it 2,100 times where you almost die, and then we can talk.
Yeah. So, and a lot of times in fiction, like when it's done right, like a character being redeemed is not them being forgiven.
No.
And that's how it should be. Like the best examples are that.
Yeah. But it's like this is the season where they finally, because they haven't met each other for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean the first time we see that I guess in season 2 is where he says I miss my wife. Like, oh, so he did care for her.
Yeah.
And then I guess but then I mean he had that whole thing on Thragg, so it's like a meme with this guy. Like every time
he's always saying the wrong thing.
Yes.
Like he should not have said that where Andressa.
But then he has to apologize for his apology. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then there was the whole thing with Oliver where he had to apologize to Oliver because of what he said to Debbie.
Yeah.
And it's
but he gives the same kind of tone though. He's like,
it does, yeah.
I said the wrong thing. I didn't mean that.
I mean, you have to understand, this is a dude who, I mean, you saw how he was fighting against his parents. And
that's a pretty good explanation for why he's so messed up.
And just think about like him apologizing is basically like throughout like in the coalition, where they're on Thraxa, just for them to hear a Viltrumite apologize is earth-shattering.
Yeah, but
it's crazy.
Remember at the end of that episode, after like he finds about the Scourge virus, and who and it was, what is his name, Thetis?
Thetis, yeah.
Thetis reveals that was him who did it.
Yeah.
And he was so mad. Like, even though he's basically a traitor to his people, he still cares about them. Where he gets like, he probably wants to kill him in that point. Where he's like, "You're the reason that this all happened," and stuff like that. And then, but then a couple episodes later, he explains to Thragg, like, "You sided with him," and he's like, "Yeah, because we genocide planets." Like, he actually gets empathy. Because it's even more like when they show up to, like, as the reinforcements when the Viltrumites are attacking the Alliance. You remember that?
Yeah.
He literally tells Oliver, "Don't kill them, they're slaves. They'll join us after. Give them a chance." He literally tells him that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a total change of heart. Like, those little things where it's building his, like, whole redemption arc.
That's true. I heard another thing where it's like, you know those the purple aliens that were helping the like, they're the main aliens helping Viltrum, I think, on their planet.
Yeah.
Like, even if all the Viltrumites are like get wiped out and they're like, "Oh, you're free now," it's probably so written into their DNA to serve Viltrum that they would, like, even if they're like, "Oh, you're free now," they would still probably fight them. Like, that's how, like,
Maybe.
ingrained it is.
I can see them. Yeah.
But yeah, I just love that conversation on Viltrum when Thragg. Well, first of all, Thragg punched him down towards orbit, and then he punched him back up like he was airbending and shit.
Yeah, I heard the explanation for it. It's because you know how they have, like, smart atoms or something like that in their
Yeah,
DNA?
which the show has not brought up at all.
Yeah.
There's, like, an actual power system
Yeah.
about like DNA, and, like, they're called smart atoms, and that's why, like,
Yeah, they're able to fly. But they kind of explain in the first episode, like, of Invincible, where he says we what is it? We pivot, where he says something like that off, like, we make our own fulcrums. What does he say? He says something specific.
yeah, you could we make
our,
their own pivot points in the air and stuff.
Something. No, but there's specific. It's not important. But he said something specific where it kind of, like, explained that, or they alluded to the smart things. But he made the smart atoms in his fist so I don't know, condensed or something. But he basically made a black hole. He mimicked the black hole. And remember when Nolan was trying to commit suicide, basically.
Yeah.
So imagine, like, he's barely. It's an actual black hole. He's barely moving towards it. But then Thragg just makes a fist and he's sucked into it. So
Yeah.
that shows how powerful he is.
I mean, yeah, he's clearly
He's the strongest
way above.
Viltrumite ever.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why Nolan, like, when he's having that conversation with Thragg on the planet, and he looks around and he just sees a dead husk of a world, like, they probably haven't been on Viltrum in who knows how many years.
That's an excellent point, because they're always on their ships.
They're always on their
They
ships.
don't even want to be there.
And he looks around, and when Thragg says, like, we'll rebuild again, and, like, trying to make something better out of something that just isn't going to happen.
Yeah, no.
And when he repeatedly says, "Oh, we're gonna rebuild," that's when he gets the idea to finally destroy Viltrum. And because he knew that Thragg would always try and rebuild Viltrum. He would always try and do it.
Oh, you think that's why?
I think that's why.
Well, I just saw it as, like, no one accepted that this place was a tomb. Like, he literally told them that, and Thragg got angry. He's like, "It's not a tomb." Which I like those little things with Thragg where he, like, basically crashes out for a second, but like does that little eye thing, and, like, I guess then starts his monologue.
I think besides Omniman, he's easily the standout of this season.
Oh yeah.
Lee Pace, who played Ronan, did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
And I called it that people were going to switch up when he first came out, when he first was on screen, like, aboard his ship. People were like, "Oh, his voice isn't deep enough. His voice isn't demanding enough." And then later on, episode 7 and 8, they switched up. I called it. I called they would switch up.
I think the point where they changed their mind is where he said, "I choose death."
Yeah.
I think that's where they switched.
Because they just want a generic villain, like, deep-sounding, gruff, like...
Did you see the meme?
He's literally royalty. Like, he's been trained
Well,
from...
He's not even...
I mean, but he was trained from birth to be the strongest or whatever.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I don't know if he was that... Like, people are like, he might have been genetically engineered. I don't know if that's confirmed or not.
I would believe it.
I would believe it, but I don't...
Guy's arms and
I know. I mean, I would believe it, but I don't know if it's, like, actually confirmed or not. But otherwise, I think his voice suits him because you know, he wasn't born to be royalty, but that's his role.
I think he was born to protect royalty, or at least be a general or something like that.
Yeah, but
he's
otherwise,
supposed to be the
his
strongest.
voice is, you know, it's imposing and it's clear and firm. You know?
Yeah, and I love this part where this is where I wish I was on the side that didn't know anything about the comics, because when people saw, like, after he was introduced, like the first episode where they lose, people were memeing him like, "This is your guy, the guy who has to wear a cape and has to hold a teddy."
Yeah,
bear?
they're like Fraud Watch. They're like, on this episode of Fraud Watch, we got Thragg.
Everybody was memeing,
And
like,
when
they
you-
don't know. They don't know.
Bro, they're like, this dude is sweet as lollipops. This dude's sweet as sugar.
Yeah.
And they were memeing him when the Argos skull fell out of the ship. They replaced it with a teddy bear,
Yeah.
and he's like, no.
Yeah, that was
Like,
funny though.
But then they switched up.
One
They switched
episode,
up.
just give him an episode.
Just give him an episode, and then they switched up. Like,
he's
it was
just
gonna happen.
waiting for them too.
Just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see.
But before we talk about anything more with Thragg, we should go back and talk about Conquest.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Cecil fucked up.
Cecil fucked up.
And that's something that people are talking about, that they're upset with the finale, that Mark does not address it. Like, he basically looks away from it.
I understand why people would want him to, but he simply does not have the time. And honestly, what's done is done. Like, Conquest is dead. He has to worry about the other Viltrumites.
Okay.
And, you know, if you know what happens later, he does actually address it, like, for a moment.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
But it would just be out of character. Like,
Yeah.
like people thought, like, you know the meme of the Justice League outside of, or it might have been just Superman outside of Lex Luthor's windows. It's like, open the door,
It was the
and he's
Justice
like,
League, yeah.
yeah. People were making memes about that.
Yeah.
With
Cecil,
with Mark outside of Cecil's
Yeah.
window, and they had Debbie, and they had all the
Oh,
characters.
really? I didn't
they
see
had,
that one.
They had
Okay.
Debbie, Nolan, Paul, William. They had Alan,
that's
Tech
funny.
Check, and they just kept adding more characters as it came on.
That's fine.
But that was easily the best fight in the actual show,
You think so?
or like in the
you
actual
think it was better
season.
than the Thragg fight?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it was actually. I mean, that was like a turn off your brain. Just watch like 2-3 minutes of good, good old fashioned just brawling.
Yeah. Especially when he comes out of when Oliver flies down, he comes out. He's like about to swat him like a bug.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Thragg is that, I mean, yes, he could beat any one of them individually. I mean, his physical stats are off the chart, but he's way more calculating. So when there's a fight with him, there's a lot more words and dialogue going on.
Yeah, true.
And like, he's always scheming. He's always trying to have an angle for his people. So there's a lot more like the political aspect of it. But with Conquest, it's just going to town on Mark, and you just when he was tearing him out. That was hard to watch. That was hard to watch. I pray for anyone that was eating during that, especially like spaghetti.
Who touched my spaghetti?
Don't touch my spaghetti.
No, but it checks out, because it turns out you have enough intestines. Like, your intestines are so wound up, but if you take them out, they stretch all the way to the moon and back.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, or
but
at least it wraps around the earth a couple times. So I was like, oh.
I mean, if you really go there, but like your intestines are at least like 20-30 feet.
Oh yeah, now let's just address something. Like, the whole Invincible community is meaning like, oh, if Conquest just lived on Earth and had a wife or something, like, he'd be a changed man. Like, they were naming him. They gave him a name too.
Kind Quest, right?
No. That's one, but they gave him an actual human name or something.
Like John or something.
Something like that. But it was. They're like, oh, this guy would definitely have a change of heart. And I'm like,
I think so.
no.
I think so.
No.
What do you mean no?
I saw a comic book panel where it just basically obliterated that argument. I'm like, yeah, this guy.
Like, he was like eating all like the aliens. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I mean, you think if Conquest was living on Earth and he physically could not harm another person and was just shown love like Nolan was, like, you think he wouldn't turn all mushy like? No.
No.
No? I'm pretty sure Robert Kirkman said like he like drew like a picture of Conquest in like normal clothes and it's like with a
I
smile.
thought he was just going around with the joke, going along.
I mean, maybe, but it's still funny to think about it.
I mean, we had this debate before we had this debate where we were talking about like the whole adrenaline thing. This is totally separate.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
or I said like if the author says something, it matters, and you said no because.
Oh, I didn't say no. I
But
said
you said
not
explain it.
not 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Because I personally like the adrenaline theory. I think it makes sense about why Mark is able to beat Conquest and then he's struggling with Anissa and all these other people who Conquest is stronger than. But I don't want to go too much into
Yeah,
that.
let's not.
because
I just brought up to show that
it's just beating a dead horse.
Yeah,
but
I brought up to show that like it flipped sides for a second. Like you were saying, you brought up what the author did.
yeah.
So then, but I'm saying that whatever. I could be wrong because of that. But
Yeah. Also, Oliver, I like Oliver a lot, but
Oliver should have just gone home.
bro, he needs Soups made a video. He's like, Oliver, you're not ready, my man. Go home.
Oliver should listen to Soups,
Be
bro.
the main protector
Oliver
of
should
Earth. You
listen
probably
to
do
Soups.
really
This
great
whole
at that.
thing could have been avoided if he took Soups.
Bro, there's memes where it's Oliver when he's fighting a dude called dude who beats Oliver and kills him, and he just goes straight towards him. They said a million times, do not fight Thragg. Do not even attempt to fight Thragg. And what does he do? He tries to fight Thragg. He tries to fight Conquest, and bro has never won. Besides the Maulers, he's never won. He's 0-4 for Viltrumites.
But you have to give him credit where he actually goes for it.
Yeah.
He still is super strong for his age and stuff.
Yeah.
He has huge potential.
He has more guts than Mark did in season 3, when Cecil was like, Eve would hate you if you didn't get back out there and fight. So.
Yeah. Should we talk about Eve?
We could, but I think talk about, the big thing is, well, it's not big, but people made a big deal about it, and then, I don't know, dude. People always make a big deal about, changes from the comic book, or things that they have this perceived notion of, and then when it comes out, they switch up, with the voice actors and stuff, and how Tech Jacket got the gender swap.
Yeah.
People are like, first of all, I don't think anyone's actually a fan of Tech Jacket.
There could be.
I haven't met anyone who's read his comic book series, or
It's a small following.
it's a small but dedicated following. But I don't think it's the biggest deal that they changed his gender, Zoe now. It's not the biggest deal. But they got rid of the drip. The suit in the comics is so much better. The suit in the show looks like ass. It's so bad.
Well, that's art style though, right?
Yeah, it's really bad, dude. The suit in the comics is really good. And also Tech Jacket, people are like, oh, she's strong, she's able to kill a Viltrumite. People were hyping Tech Jacket up to be pretty strong. I don't think Tech Jacket actually does shit in the comics, and she's kind of a scrub in the show. If she didn't have the toxin that killed then she's more of a liability. When Alan was going by her, he's like, I'm already at maximum thrust, and it's like, what are you doing here then? Why are you here?
Yeah, why did they recruit her at all at this point?
I don't know. I don't think it's because.
Well, they said that planet fought them off. It was able to stand up against the Viltrumites.
Yeah,
But
it's better than nothing,
But I think it's because they had an army of those people. That makes a difference than just.
Well, the suits empower the user, and the stronger you are, the stronger the suit will be.
Are you serious?
So that's why a human is stronger. I think I like the finale a bit more than episode 7, just because of everything that was going on. But if you think episode 7, if people say episode 7 is their favorite, I'm not going to be mad at that either. Yeah, the finale was really good, and people are like, it's filler, it was a mid-finale, just because there's not a fight on the screen doesn't mean it's mid, guys. Let's use our brains and if you don't have episodes like these, then it's just going to be fighting and no substance. Like that's you want character development, all right? You need character development, and these are episodes that give it to you. Yeah, we got to see Eve again in episode 8, which, you know, I know a lot of people are hating nowadays on her and Mark's relationship, that they don't seem to have, like, people said that, I mean, I wouldn't go as far, but people are like, Amber and Mark had more chemistry than Eve. And, well, I could see their points. I wouldn't go that far.
No, my argument is maybe, I think that still, when it was like, when they weren't together, but you wanted them to get together, they had more chemistry than when they are together.
Guys, literally all their scenes now are them in bed or them...
What did you call her again?
Like, I'm not going to repeat that. I'm not going to repeat that. If you, there's one video, if you know, you know. But, like, literally all they do is sleep together and have therapy sessions.
I'm glad that came from a video.
That's like 80% of their screen time this season is just, and like for the past couple seasons, like them sleeping together and them having therapy sessions.
Yeah, no wonder she got pregnant. Huh?
Like, yeah, no wonder why she got pregnant.
Okay, but that was serious though. Like, it was a change of pace for her character, right? It got real for a second. Like, she might have superpowers, but she's still pretty human. Like, she had to hide it too. Like, I can't blame her for hiding it, but it was just pissed me off. I felt like it was dragged on for like just plot, for her not telling Mark about the pregnancy. I don't know if that would change things. It probably wouldn't have, but like, it was just like dragged on.
Yeah, I mean, like, she definitely didn't want him to worry. Yeah. Like, he's out facing a war. Which makes sense, but it's like, oh, I didn't tell you this because, like, I was watching this with my brother. It's like, oh, and like, if she doesn't tell him in the finale, I'm turning the show off. Because they just drag it on, and it was like, oh, like, it just shows in general where they're like, oh, they have something important to tell someone and they don't.
Well, in her defense, it's like, it was the most plot thing where she was about to tell him, but then like something else happens. Like, she was about to tell him, then Nolan shows up with Alan.
Yeah.
Like, we need your help. And then it's like, yeah, that isn't, yeah.
Yeah, but I liked how Mark was tweaking out the entire finale.
Yeah. Did you believe the first jump scare? I didn't.
No. Like, so the episode opened up with all the Viltrumites destroying, like, Chicago.
That I actually believed.
That I believed, and then they cut back towards, and they're like, you flew down, nothing happened. And then you get the scene on campus with Anissa killing William, and that one obviously wasn't real.
Yeah.
But then you get the one in Cecil. I did believe.
I kind of believe.
I did believe it. I mean, even though I know, like, Cecil would be fine, like, based on like future events in the comics.
But they did it so well that when he actually shows up, you were like, "Is this really him?"
Yeah, no, I was questioning it too. I was like, is this really Thragg?
Even when the impact frames came, I'm like, I don't know.
But yeah, what do you think about the proposition that he gave Mark?
Well, obviously he doesn't have a choice. It's like either that or death. Like, I don't think Thragg would have held back. And also, Thragg picked the perfect time. Like, even though Nolan can't beat him, he waited for Nolan to be gone. Like, if that's what.
Oh, yeah. In the actual comics, Nolan was there with Mark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he agreed with him?
I don't know exactly, but it was both Nolan and Mark, and then Thragg's like, we are very much still here.
See, it works both ways. I can't be mad. Like, it was more Mark-centered episode, so it makes sense he's on his own, but he's also more vulnerable, so I kind of like it. But I still, it makes sense that in the comics he doesn't even change. That even if Nolan's there, because
it doesn't really matter. But another thing that's cool is that in the comics, when Cecil is done having his chat with Nolan, he goes back towards Sinclair, and you see all the reanimated Invincibles are done, and he's like, "Oh, I guess we won't need them now." But it's just a cool another thing that it didn't really matter too much about.
So the Sinclair ones were made for Omniman. That's what they were made.
Or they were made for like any Viltrumites.
But he knows there's Viltrumites around, so why is he? Oh, whatever. But that whole, we only briefly talked about it, but it was important scene with Nolan and Cecil, because like before that, Nolan is looking at where he basically beat the fuck out of Mark.
Yeah.
Like he just laid into
like
him.
his single greatest mistake.
Yeah, but also like that was like the most powerful point of the finale, like that whole speech right there. I like the callback because it's been 4 years, 3 years since then.
That's true.
So it's been a while too, and like the show's still strong and stuff, but like it's important for his character, but it's also really important for us watchers to like be like, wow, we've come a really long way.
Yeah, but then we get all the Viltrumites blending in, like they're basically using Earth as you know to repopulate the race.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you know it hasn't even been 2 days since like the planet blown up, and Krieg, General Krieg, this like people were like, as soon as he got down to Earth, he went and he got an eye patch, he went and bought a Harley, got some cigarettes, and he's already got you know a bunch of girls. Like in the comics, you know he has like a bunch of women, and it's just funny. Like you're like
first to fold,
the first to fold, and he was actually it was like. You, Nolan, of all people, like, what did they do down there to change you so much? And then he's immediately the first person to fold.
And he's like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
I see why.
He found a Harley and some cigarettes, and then, I mean,
and
a
redhead.
And a redhead. You know, he you know, next thing, you know, don't tell him about Sons of Anarchy, too. You know, he's gonna want to join, like, a biker club.
For real.
But I've been seeing all the memes about Luke and the Steve Harvey.
Oh, yeah, and the guy on TikTok too.
Yeah. yeah. There's this dude on TikTok where he's like, he has the mustache of Thragg, and he's like, Viltrumites, I've been seeing. Why are you posting on TikTok? Like Lucan, especially, and then is this one Lucan cosplayer?
You know what's funny? It kind of blends in now because they have to live amongst us, so it works for the TikTokers.
Yeah, you know, it does. It really works well. But, you know, season 5, you know, Alan's obviously in charge of the coalition.
Yeah.
Thetis, he got the message. He's going to use the Scourge virus to kill all Viltrumites, probably. And there's a strong chance it could kill all of humanity, too.
Yeah, I don't think Thetis cares.
Yeah. The thing is that Alan definitely likes, or he definitely believed in Nolan and Mark being good Viltrumites more than Thetis. Thetis just wanted them all to die.
Well, Thetis was exactly what they said. Thetis was just using them as weapons.
Yeah. But, you know, it's crazy to, like, I mean, obviously, if you read the comics, you know, I mean, I don't want to spoil myself. It's cool to theorize while the show's still airing, but I want to see how far Alan truly goes in his pursuit of like his goals and ideals, you know?
Yeah, because he's reminded even the council reminds him they did the same thing to your people. They genocided them. Like that's why he was made.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk about this like that art style they use for Thragg and Mark's like encounter. That should be the fucking standard for this show.
That should be.
The shading, the lighting, that should be the standard.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks that like I said, there was a dude on TikTok or Instagram who all he did was add more shading to the Invincible episodes, like during the Viltrumite War, like episodes 6 and 7. And, you know, one of the people who worked on it, you know, was like, you know, we only had 4 people or 4 or 5 people on staff, you know, so it sucks that they couldn't do more.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want this video to get too long, so if there's any...
Yeah, but wait, you asked me, we were talking about the encounter, do you think you made the right choice?
With Mark?
Yeah, Mark making the right choice.
I mean, he made the only choice that he could make.
Yeah.
He was playing it back in his mind. He saw what happens if
But that was fear. Like, that's weakness. That's not the right reason to make that choice. I'm not saying he didn't make the right choice, but I'm saying he made the right choice for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely made the right choice for the wrong reasons, but like I said, and Nolan said it too, like, it doesn't matter how many Viltrumites are left, like, all the Viltrumites that are on Earth now, they could easily. There's nothing they would be able to do if they wanted to.
No.
In an eye for an eye.
Thragg right now is the most powerful person in the galaxy. So.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see the consequences for Mark's decision. I don't even know if he's like, because they said like if you tell anyone that we're here, we're just gonna destroy it anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's gonna tell Cecil or Nolan.
He's gotta tell someone. There's no way he's gonna keep this to himself.
Yeah, but
I mean, he might not. Tell
there's a weird truce going on.
Yeah, but even Mark even regrets making the choice, and even Thragg gave it to like instead of a fight, we got like Mark making, I guess, the smartest choice. Like he said, like you saved everyone on the Earth. Like he does.
Yeah, like Mark
literally
every
every season he has to do.
He
that.
literally says, "What did I do?" And he said that you saved everyone on this planet.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. We'll definitely see the effects of that choice going forward. But I think that's all for this episode, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys like season 4 as much as we did. Make sure to like and subscribe for more episodes, and we'll see you in the next episode, guys.
Yep. See you.